Welcome back everyone to Punny Plays the Burglar, and we are back here in Guathrendoth after our little encounter with some new devilry.
We have vanquished a great terror, but I fear that more dangers sleep in the darkness.
Magor told us everything, Petronella, and he has set off on a journey back to Lothlorien to inform the Lady Galadriel of what has transpired. Your feats are truly incredible, my friend. Not only have you rescued Magor, but you have thwarted the plans of not only the orcs, but more importantly, of Gorthlul of Dol Guldur as well. You are wholly remarkable. You have Magor's highest praise, and my own, and apparently a pretty decent set of shoulders.
You must return to Lady Galadriel at once. There is no time to delay.
Anything to get out of Moria. Yes. Speak with Haldor atop the flat south of the river Nimrodil, and he will arrange a meeting with the lady. Good. Not that I've never met her before, because did I meet her with Bingo Boffin? And speaking of Bingo, I should see him after speaking with Galadriel, I think. We were successful, Haldir?
You may enter the Golden Wood, but tread with care, or punishment shall be swift.
Then let's go.
Jealously do I guard my secrets, not the least of which is my mirror. Still, there are times which require a greater knowledge, and this is one such time. Shadows gather in the east, and the fates of lost friends burns in the heart.
Mirror.
I know what befell you in the darkness, and that your courage did not fail.
I am aware of your kindness to Magor beneath the mountains, Petronella. You are now held high in his esteem, and he accords you great fondness for your part in his rescue. Strange deeds unravel on the many paths of your journey, for as your footsteps lead you to and fro, I perceive that many fates are entwined with your own. Some of your tales seem ended, but locked doors may yet be pried open. My mirror can show many things, and you may ask it what you will. But heed this before you peer into the water. Many valuable answers may come unbidden. Look now, and see what may be seen. Something scary, probably. Look into the mirror, Petronella, and see what you will. Let's see what's in there. Anything useful?
Mithrandir faced his match in Moria, a Balrog of Morgoth. Into the depths they fell, then rose again up the endless stair. There they did battle one against the other, and the fire of it was terrible. In the end, Mithrandir threw down the Balrog, though he himself fell into shadow. Yet who is to say what his end might be? Not all hope is yet lost.
At least the Balrog's gone.
Gwaihir the Windlord will find Gandalf, if he is to be found anywhere in Middle-earth.
Some light is now shed on the riddles. Do you not agree? The clues left behind among the foundations of stone begin to form a clear picture at last. Gandalf the Grey strove in Moria with shadow and flame, and they fell, and perhaps rose again. Who had the mastery? It has been said that my eyes see farther than many who have deemed wise. Yet keener eyes we need to pierce the darkness that shrouds Mithrandir from my sight. Who can spy upon Moria from all sides and gain rumor of the fates of Gandalf? Only Gwaihir the Windlord can do this. And where are we going to find this Gwaihir the Windlord? I saw more than the fate of Mithrandir behind your eyes, Petronella. I saw glimpses of your own fate as well. A great tower in moonlight, a shadow against the sky. A cell with no escape. The stairs are watched. I cannot see how you come to this place, Burglar, nor how you can leave it. But the mirror shows many things, and all of them may come to pass. Of Mithrandir, at least, the vision is clearer. Ooh? Why here the Wind Lord rests on the rear of my garden. Tell him what you just say that he rests upon it and then he comes and flies down. Wow, now that is what you call great summoning skills. Well then, at least now I know where to find Gwai here. Hello there. I have carried Gandalf before now, and yet he lives. I cannot carry him again. Oh, I will carry him again. I will send out the sharpest-sighted eagles to look for him from every corner of this land, and I will fly until we have learned what befell him. If he is to be found, I and my kind will find him. Return to the lady and tell her I will do this. As if she didn't hear that already, right? Of course. He'll go. I know that Gwai here will find Mithrandir, if he is to be found. Haldir will show you from this place, Petronella. I will call for him. That was an interesting audience.
You have my thanks.
The Lady Galadriel can see much in her mirror, but it is not known to her or any power whether what she has shown you will come to pass. One day, perhaps, you will look back on your long road and make sense of what you saw today. Only time can tell such things. I thank you for your service you have provided my people, and may the light of the elves shine upon your path and guide your steps aright. For those unfamiliar with the Galadriel, we shall name you friend, and allow you to enter our fair domain. Right. That goes back to the time when...
You are welcome within Lothlorien, and may visit the hill of Kerin Amroth.
That little statement goes back to the time when you weren't allowed into Lothlorien until you gain acquaintance status, and this particular quest gives you just enough reps so that you can get to acquaintance status even if you started out with 0 rep. Therefore, it allows you effectively to enter into Lothlorien. They've since removed that because of changes in the game, such as the addition of the Great River and all that stuff. So it's not as important now, but it is a very nice point in the game because that means that we've got another trade point, I believe. Well, 2, because apparently I forgot to spend one at some point. Well, I don't have time to think about what would be a good one, so I'll just take 2 there. I'm eventually going to have them all anyway, so it really doesn't matter. If you're splitting your trees and the order you do them in might be more important, but I think that takes care of that. Now, I'm not doing Book 7 and I'm not doing Book 8. Book 8 I just really don't like, but I do like Book 9, so I'm going to skip to Book... Of course I'm going to do Book 9. I'm Pineleaf. I'm always going to do Book 9, right? There we go.
The Golden Host is at last ready to cross the River Amri.
It has taken a great while, Petronella, but at last the preparations are complete. The Maladrim, the golden host of Lothlorien, are now ready to cross the River Anduin and assail the forces of Dol Guldur. I do not yet know the specifics of the plan, friend, but it seems the golden host is to have 2 objectives: to bring battle to the enemy in Dol Guldur at a time of our choosing, before he can attack the woods of Lothlorien in force, and to exchange Mazog, the prisoner of the Iron Garrison, for the captives of the dungeons of Dol Guldur. Alright, yes, I know. I'm skipping the bit where Mazog is actually captured and all that stuff. We'll just pretend that while I was helping the elves managed to capture Mazog. That was their return favor, alright? Good. Now that we have that straight, I can't do everything, could I? Yes, your aid has been requested on both of these aims. Go to Imlad Laleth on the shores of the Anduin and speak to Brygleen there. He will recount to you the details of each plan. Now that's for Book 9. And Book 9 I'm going to be saving for next month, which means what I want to do now is to do some stuff for Bingo. Sorry to be away for so long, Bingo. I had a few errands to run. I hope that you've managed to learn a few things about the elves while I was away.
I am not sure what to make of our mysterious hosts.
They certainly seem welcoming, but they're simply so... I do not know what word I can use to describe them. They seem somewhat otherworldly, but at the same time very much a part of this land. It strikes me as very odd that they can be both, and that is the impression that they gave me. Sort of like that Bombadil fellow we met earlier? Well, yes, I forgot to ask them my questions. Wait. I've been gone for how many days, and now you remember you forgot to ask them the questions? If I am going to describe our stay at the Golden Wood for my book, I need to have a better understanding of the elves and their lord and lady. If you can meet the Keeper of Stories that was mentioned by the Lady Galadriel, perhaps I can borrow a book that will help me to learn about Lothlorien and his people. Find Penaseth at Karen North and see if she will lend me such a book. Very well. Find Penaseth, whatever. Good day. My traveling companion Bingo Boffin wishes to learn a bit more about elves and was wondering if you have any books that may help him.
May the stars of Elbereth shine upon you.
Welcome to Lothlorien, Petronella. I have already heard of your deeds, and any aid I can provide you, I will gladly be given. Yes, it is a noble thing, Petronella, to seek knowledge of a subject about which you know little. I will happily give to Bingo a book that contains some accounts of the history of the elves. But beware, the book has many pages. But even so, it will not cover the entirety of the subject. What book could hope to do so? You just can't give us the Hobbit quick version of it? Yes, there you go. Ah, thank you very much.
Welcome to the Golden Wood.
No, don't go just yet. I have given you a book of history. But if Bingo is to understand my people, he will need to know from where they came, and the trials they faced in their journeys to this point. But that is not all. There are so many names and places described in that book that I fear your friend will be quite overwhelmed and confused. To that end, take to this book of maps. With it, he will be able to obtain a full understanding of the many places in which elves have lived, and perhaps he will also attain an appreciation for the great scope of the vastness of Middle-earth and the lands beyond. Well, he certainly came to a recent liking of maps, so perhaps that will greatly make him happy. Yes, that'll be perfect. What? Another book?
Hail, what brings you to Lorien?
If your friend Bingo examines these books, he will have a basic understanding of the history of the elves and the lands that shape his journeys. But it is still not enough. Such a study would leave out one of the most important aspects of my people's experience, the works of art they fashion and the art they fashions them. Yes, this book contains the descriptions of the many such works, and in some sad cases that is all that remains, for many have been lost in the ravages of time and the plots of the enemy. From these pages, Bingo will learn much about the elves that can be learnt nowhere else. All right, thank you. Thank you. So that gives us maps, a history, and some art. Thank you very much. Now, what? Another book?
Sweelide, Rondir.
Right, Sweeleye. Yes, I have another thought, Petronella. If your friend Bingo wishes to write a complete study of the elves, I will be doing him and his future readers a tremendous disservice if I do not supply him with one more book. Oh, and what's that? This is the tome, my studious friend. It contains many of the songs of my people, and within these lines Bingo will find much that feed both his mind and his heart. Sad songs there are, but also songs of triumph and of glad delight. The other books I have provided will tell him of Beren and Luthien or of Gil-galad, but a true understanding of what they mean to my people can only be found in song. Oh, no more? Whew! Well, I wish I had done this earlier. That means Bingo would have had plenty of time to read this while I was going out on my little adventures in deepest Moria and the foundations of stone. Bingo, you want to start with history, with maps, with art, or with song?
You have returned with a book. Wait, how many did you bring me?
Well, 4 actually. Yes, but I asked for a single book, Petronella. And if I am being honest, I was rather hoping for a slim volume. But you have returned with 3 others, and not one of them is of trifling size. If I were to set about reading these, my journey would be halted for a month or more. I wanted to write a chapter about elves, not a dozen. Well, I thank you for the material, and I will read for a time, but it seems to me that a full understanding of the elves would take a lifetime, or 2. Is this why they live so long? The better to understand their own complexity? Oh, my goodness! Right. Oh, my goodness.
The elves have begun an offensive into Mirkwood. It sounds exciting.
Yes, it does. And we'll see what we are going to do about that in the next episode of Piney Plays The Burglar.